Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Glad to see your resonating faces again. Last time, we uncovered some major secrets, from Roccia and Pero's dynamic entrance to the eerie presence of the Golden Phantom, and we even brushed up against the legend of the Renascida divinity. Pretty wild, right? Well, buckle up, because we're just getting started. In this part of the journey, we're diving straight into the aftermath. Things are getting more intense, the mysteries are stacking up, and yes, that massive dragon? We're not done with that majestic nightmare yet. Get ready for more lore bombs, unexpected twists, and probably Pero just silently judging us in the background. Let's continue this crazy adventure through Wuthering Waves, one Tayset Discord at a time. Also, before we dive in, quick question. Have you hydrated today? Stretched your fingers? Sacrificed a keyboard to the gaming gods? Because this next part's gonna need peak focus and at least 2 snacks. And hey, if you're enjoying the chaos so far, smash that like button like it owes you loot, and maybe hit subscribe before the dragon does. Alright, back to the madness. Okay, so, things are about to get serious. We're not just exploring anymore, we're heading straight into dragon territory. Yup, an actual dragon. Big wings, loud roar, and probably a bad mood. It's been lurking in the background, and now it's ready to show us why it's the boss of this zone. No more warm-ups, no more practice runs. It's go time. Grab your gear, dodge like your life depends on it, and let's see if we can survive what's coming next.
Oh, divinity above, please have mercy on me. Is this some kind of test for me? I see. No matter how harsh the punishment, I'll take it.
Even if it means death?
We've never done anything that warrants paying with our lives.
I'd wager mercy isn't on the table. However, in the face of danger and adversity, the stage is set for our grandest act.
Brant, you handle the tacit discords. I've got the dragon.
Of course, but with all due respect, shouldn't the captain be the one giving the orders?
Just playing to our strengths.
Why, aye, first mate.
It's time to pay for what you've done. We'll improvise.
Well, that was it. I came in expecting a fire-breathing nightmare, a cinematic struggle, maybe even a tragic anime flashback mid-fight. But nope. Turns out the dragon forgot to charge up its rage bar today. Either I'm overpowered, or that dragon just clocked out early for lunch. Anyway, don't get too comfortable. This world loves throwing curveballs when you least expect them. Let's see what's next. Let's take a moment to talk about one of the most mysterious and terrifying groups in all of Wuthering Waves. The Order of the Deep. At first glance, they look like your typical religious leaders. A few robes, a few chants, a temple in the center of Regno's skyline. But the truth? It runs much deeper. This isn't just a church. This is a power structure that shapes the entire city. They don't just preach, they control everything. From the laws of the land to who gets to use echo terminals, from public rituals to what information the public is allowed to hear, it all flows through the Order. And at the center of it all, Primus Fenrico, a man who claims divine clarity, a man people fear and follow. But things get darker the deeper you look. Let's talk about their so-called ritual, the Pilgrim's Sail. To the public, it's a sacred tradition, a spiritual journey for those who've lost their way, a chance for sinners to redeem themselves in the eyes of the Sentinel Imperator. But in reality, it's an execution disguised as a ceremony. Anyone who dares to question the Order, anyone who breaks their dogma, creates forbidden art, or simply refuses to conform, is labeled a heretic. And those heretics? They're put on a boat. The Pilgrim's Sail. A quiet procession. No trials. No appeals. And their destination? Penitent's End, where a massive dragon, Gehinnom, waits. Yes, the Order controls a dragon. Not a storybook creature. A real one. One made of bone, rage, and fire. And they're using it. Gehinnom burns the exiles. Silently. Completely. Leaving no trace. No body. Just smoke and silence. The city doesn't even know. Why? Because the Order has banned travel to Penitent's End. Maps are censored. Rumors are silenced. The dragon is a myth to most citizens, a bedtime tale. But to those who've been there, it's all too real. Here's what makes this even more horrifying. People like Roccia, a performer who simply told the truth through art, were sent there. So was Brant, who just asked the wrong questions near a statue. Both of them faced death. The Order wanted them erased. And yet, the city still believes the Order is divine. They wear the mask of salvation while holding a leash on a monster. They've turned religion into a machine, a cold, silent system of control. They rewrite history, erase resistance, and use the dragon as their ultimate enforcer. This is not faith. This is fear. And as we step deeper into Regno's heart, we're not just exploring ruins and echoes. We're uncovering a system built on secrets, on ash, on the bones of anyone brave enough to stand against it. So remember this. The Order of the Deep doesn't protect the people. They protect their power. And the dragon? That's not a guardian. It's a warning. Let's peel back some more layers. Because the Order of the Deep isn't just hiding a dragon. They've done far worse. First, there's the Dark Tide. A disaster so devastating, it nearly tore reality apart. It released something twisted, spiritual pollution tied to the Threnodian Leviathan. But instead of warning people, the Order covered it up. They abandoned the seminary, declared fake mourning for a so-called blessed maiden, and sealed the corruption deep below, like hiding a curse under the floorboards. Then there's the truth about their faith. The Sentinel Imperator? Yeah, not exactly the beacon of protection they preach. The Order has been quietly channeling the corrupted essence of Leviathan. And by turning people like Fleur-de-Lis into blessed maidens, they've disguised chaos as holiness, nearly causing a second catastrophe. And let's talk about echoes. You think everyone gets access? Not a chance. The Order controls who can use them, and even broadcasts sermons through them, using something called Vox Sanctus. They've even erased historical records, rewritten truths, and silenced anyone who remembers the past too clearly. And if you dare to speak up, you're labeled a heretic. Artists, thinkers, even priests, exiled or worse. That's why people like Roccia and Brant are out here, using theater and rebellion to fight back. They weren't just rejected, they were nearly erased. But here's the most chilling part. Those blessed maidens. Turns out, they're not divine at all. They're echo vessels, engineered by the Order to carry Leviathan's power, while the faithful bowed down thinking they were being protected. So no, the Order isn't just corrupt. They're not just cruel. They're rewriting the rules of reality. They're bending history, faith, and memory to serve a deeper agenda. And if you're starting to feel like nothing in this world is what it seems, well, congratulations. You're finally seeing the truth. Now let's talk about the real puppet master, the head of the Order. We've seen the shadows, we've heard the sermons, and we've watched the faithful blindly follow. But behind it all is one figure, silent, calculating, always watching. The head of the order isn't just some high priest with a fancy hat. They're the architect behind the lies. The one who turned faith into a weapon, history into a prison, and echoes into tools of control. While others chant about salvation, this one whispers to Leviathan itself. Every ritual? Approved by them. Every exile? Signed off by their hand. Every blessed maiden corrupted from within? That was their plan all along. But here's the twist. They never show their full face. Only fragments, echoes, and titles passed down like ancient curses. They speak through proxies, act through doctrine, and erase anyone who dares ask too many questions. So if you're wondering why the Order feels so untouchable, it's because the one leading them was never meant to be seen, only feared. And trust me, if we're ever going to break this system, we'll have to face the one who built it. Ah yes, the head of the Order. You'd think someone running a secret cult would at least show up for work. But no, this one prefers shadowy chambers, cryptic whispers, and dramatically slow turns during sermons. Probably hasn't blinked since Act 1. At this point, I'm convinced they get paid in mystery and fog machines. Alright, now let's set the stage, literally. After everything we've been through, mysterious echoes, corrupted frequencies, dragons soaring through the sky, you'd think the story would give us a break. But no, it hands us a mask and throws us straight into a musical. Yep, a full-on, dramatic, torchlit, mask-wearing, improv-heavy, emotional rebellion disguised as a stage performance. And who's leading this theater of chaos? None other than Roccia and Brant. The troupe of fools is ready to put on a show, and guess what? You're part of the cast now. But this isn't just some filler side quest. This is Carnival, a tradition steeped in rebellion and symbolism, an open challenge to the Order, hiding dangerous truths behind flowing capes and thunderous applause. In Regno, when the stage lights go on, the real revolution begins. The rehearsal isn't just for fun, it's preparation. A moment where you, Carlotta, Brant, and Roccia come together, not just to act, but to send a message. Every line of the play reflects the real world. Every character has meaning, and the entire city will be watching. It's playful, chaotic, emotional, and wildly important. Because while some fight with weapons, Roccia fights with words. And now, you're about to take center stage in the most dangerous performance of your life. So take a deep breath, step into the spotlight, and remember, this isn't just a play. This is the truth hidden in plain sight.
All right, next I'll spin the prologue of our tale, setting the scene for how our brave heroes first crossed paths. Once upon a time, a hero roamed the world. Undaunted by the lack of a divine vessel, he embarked on a perilous journey across Tempe. Alone in the dark, a young girl of untethered spirit soared against towering barriers with wings of defiance. The winds of fate brought them together. As the world teetered on the brink of absolute darkness, they found solace in each other's gaze. Together they became unshakable allies, standing strong against the tides of fate. Even if light were to fade from the world and the stars cease to shine, they would still blaze like the sun forever.
And that's a wrap on this wild chapter. Dragons, creepy cult leaders, and one very dramatic theater rehearsal. If you enjoyed this chaos, go ahead, smash that like button, gently tap subscribe, and whisper sweet nothings to the bell icon. More madness is coming, and trust me, you don't want to miss it. See you in the next one, Legend.
I've got a cold blood romance. It's beautiful.